What is cryptocurrency? How does cryptocurrency work? What are the laws in Uganda surrounding cryptocurrency? What do digital coins mean? How is a digital coin or cryptocurrency mined? Is cryptocurrency Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin the only digital currency in the world? Hello, my name is Nagayeb Tuan and welcome to the Ask Me About the Law YouTube channel. So the Ask Me About the Law YouTube channel is a place where we have free and honest conversations on law, technology, trade, finance in Uganda. The Ask Me About the Law is available on YouTube. This YouTube video, it's also available in podcast form as well as blog. You will find all that information in the description box of this podcast. If you're enjoying watching this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. The subscribe button will pop up. Please kindly subscribe. It really does helps our video perform much better. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback in regards to Ask Me About the Law, technology, trade, finance, please leave them in the comment section of this YouTube video. So you're probably wondering, what is cryptocurrency? Why is everyone making all this loud noise about it? We've probably tried to ignore the noise, but you really are curious to know what is Bitcoin. So I want you to sit down. I want you to relax. I want you to calm down. Then I want you to go through your money past. Just find any simple coin. Now I want you to really look at that coin. I want you to feel the gravels, the marks on that coin in your fingertips. I want you to really feel that coin. Now sail away and just imagine this coin is not something you're feeling in your fingertips, but it's sort of in the virtual sphere, sort of the same way you have money on your mobile money wallet, but it's on your phone. You have the money, but it's on your phone. It's not in your hands. Now that's sort of how cryptocurrency works. It is assumed it is like the coin you have in your fingers, except for it's a virtual coin, right? It's a virtual coin which you can only access through digital devices. It could be if you're accessing through your laptop or your smartphone. Provided you have an account, a digital wallet, you can access these digital coins. That is cryptocurrency in a nutshell. Now, cryptocurrency has very many types. There is literally thousands of them, and I'm going to leave a link. If you go through the cryptocurrency exchange market, there are literally thousands and thousands of coins. But the one that I think you are most familiar with would be either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Bitcoin by far is the oldest coin. It sort of laid the groundwork for all these other coins to pop up. Now, not every coin you see or hear about is a legitimate cryptocurrency. Some are pyramid schemes, some are pump and dump. So in this video, hopefully you will understand how a cryptocurrency coin earns its value. Now, there are other types of cryptocurrencies or even other governments that have embraced digital coins, which is sort of similar to cryptocurrency. For instance, the e-Naira. The e-Naira is regulated by the government of Nigeria, but it also bears the same structure of what a cryptocurrency is. But the difference is cryptocurrencies were drafted solely for the purpose of them not being bound by a financial institution, a central regulatory body, who would be, for instance, in the case of Uganda, it would be Bank of Uganda. Now, cryptocurrency, in other words, is a currency, a digital coin that has monetary value, but is not regulated by a central bank, for instance, Bank of Uganda, and as such, regulatory authorities like the Uganda police cannot enforce any regulation onto it. That is why Ugandan regulation at the moment does not recognize cryptocurrency as legal tender in Uganda. I repeat, because cryptocurrency is not regulated by the Central Bank of Uganda, right? It is for that reason and that reason alone that it is not recognized as a legitimate form of currency in Uganda. So it cannot be enforced. If someone disappears with your digital coins, you cannot go to the police to report because they do not consider it legal tender, therefore they cannot help you Two, it's not regulated by Bank of Uganda. So any other laws like the National Payment Systems Act, which there's a link that will pop up where there's a video that I talks about National Payment Systems Act 2020, which binds all forms of digital wallets in Uganda. It does not apply to a digital currency wallet. So now we need to talk about how a cryptocurrency transaction works. So remember, the cryptocurrency coin is a virtual coin. It's not a physical coin that you can access in the real world. Now, the transaction would work sort of like this. I, if Joanne, using my account number XXY, are sending Mama Mzanganda 5 coins to her account number XXXY. Now, you need to know that in a cryptocurrency environment, everyone's identity is private. The only identification element in that transaction would be my account number and Mama Mzanganda's account number. Those are the only identifications you see. That is why most people comment, and if you look at the media publication in the past about Bitcoin, for instance, it has been associated with criminal activity because of its because it allows the whole anonymous element. You cannot see who's making the transaction. You only just see numbers, account numbers, which are that's the only public information you see. No individuals' names to identify them. Now back to the transaction. So if Joanne, my account number is XXY, I'm transferring 5 Bitcoins to Mama Mzanganda. This transaction is posted on what sort of is social media for the cryptocurrency world. So it's posted on like a chat board where it says, I, Nagare Joanne, I'm transferring 5 coins to Mama Mzanganda's account. It only has my account number. The coins that I'm transferring to are Mama Mzanganda. Now, there are sort of like gatekeepers in this ecosystem. Remember, we said in this ecosystem, there's no law enforcement to enforce, and regulate and say that this person has money on their wallet to transfer to Mama Mzanganda. But there are individuals that are called miners. Miners have the sole responsibility of ensuring that I, Joanne, have the amount of money that I am saying that I do have on my account. How does this happen? So now that I've posted my transaction online, these miners will look at the history of my wallet and see all the transactions that have been coming into my wallet. They will be able to establish and know that I have X amount of money on my account, therefore I have enough money on my account to transfer 5 Bitcoins to Mama Mzanganda's wallet. That's it really. That's the sole purpose of miners in that ecosystem. Now, once they approve and say, oh yes, if Joanne has said amount of coins in her wallet, remember, they cannot identify me by my name. They identify me as account XYYZ. So they confirm that I have the coins that I'm talking about in my account. Then they approve. Once they approve the transaction, my transaction with Mama Mzanganda is recorded in sort of like a big black dictionary book that has all the transactions that have ever occurred ever since that cryptocurrency was created. It's a ledger. It has right from day one when that cryptocurrency was created and the first transaction that was carried out in that cryptocurrency. So that transaction, mine, is recorded and it becomes part of the whole coins ecosystem, hence the fancy word block. It becomes a block and creates a chain, hence blockchain. Now, once all that is recorded, then the money is transferred. The coins that I've talked about, the 5 Bitcoins, are transferred to Mama Mzanganda's account, and Mama Mzanganda gives me the kilo of rice that I asked for to begin with. So now you're probably wondering, if Joanne, you've said that digital currency and cryptocurrency transactions are usually made public in the cryptocurrency forum. If they're made that public, what then stops other individuals from accessing my account and using all the information in my digital currency coin wallet for illegal purposes? Interesting question. So the first thing you need to know is, one, remember, like we said, there's no regulation by a central government, which would be Bank of Uganda, that can protect your coin and your wallet in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. 2, you cannot enforce or look at law enforcement to help you out, because again, law enforcement cannot help you because regulations of Uganda do not apply to the cryptocurrency world. I am going to leave a link to regulations in Uganda that bind e-wallets in Uganda. Please check it out. Back to this video. So the alternative that protects your e-wallet in the digital currency ecosystem or cryptocurrency ecosystem is what we call 2 virtual keys. You have 2 virtual keys. Now there's a private key and a public key. The private key, I want you to think of it like your signature. So the private key sort of works like this. I, if Joanne, account number X, is transferring 5 bitcoins to Mama Mzanganda's account number Y. When I am signing, when I post the transaction, it will be signed with my private key. My private key signature looks sort of like how I would sign a letter with my signature to confirm that it is me that wrote that letter. Now that signature that you sign on a typical letter that you're writing works in a similar manner with how the private key would work in a cryptocurrency ecosystem. So once I sign in that cryptocurrency ecosystem on that transaction using my private key, anyone, for instance, the miners who now have access to this transaction, which transaction reads, I, Nagawaiv Joanne, is transferring 5 bitcoins from my Bitcoin account XXY to Mama Mzanganda's account YYZ. They can see the transaction using a public key. Now the public key is for everyone, including the miners. They can see that. They use the public key to see that, and once they open the transaction, then they can confirm that it is me that wrote that transaction using my private key. Another way that a cryptocurrency ecosystem tries to maintain some sort of sanity so that people do not act fraudulent is by ensuring that all the transactions that occur in the cryptocurrency ecosystem are double checked, double confirmed by the miners. Now, how does this work? So what will happen is in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, it's not only one miner that is working to confirm that you have money on your accounts that you say you're having. There are thousands and thousands of miners that are doing the same assignment, and they're updating the ledger at the same time. And they only update the ledger if they all have the same information. Once they all have a consensus of the same information, that is when they update the ledger. If there is anyone in that chain that has different information, that necessarily means that that information is wrong, and that chain or transaction or that person, that miner's transaction will not be accepted. Because if it is accepted, then it will corrupt the whole chain that will happen from their own. Again, miners do not work in isolation. Miners work in a community. There's not only one miner that is there to confirm my transaction with Mama Mzanganda. There are a whole ton of people whose sole purpose is as miners in the cryptocurrency ecosystem is to confirm that all transactions are accurate and legitimate. So now you're probably wondering, what stops the miners in the cryptocurrency ecosystem from mining themselves into financial freedom and just sailing away into the financial freedom sunset? So the first thing you need to know is that the drafter of the white paper of Bitcoin, then first of all, their identity is not known. It's not known if it's one person or there are a whole bunch of people, but I'm going to leave the paper somewhere on the screen in case you want to go and read through it. So the first thing you need to know is, I think the foresaw this problem and they figured the solution should be, one, like I said, miners do not work alone. There's like a whole entire community of individuals whose sole responsibility is to mine crypto and to double confirm these transactions. So how does mining work? Mining is an assignment that is solved by computers. It's sort of like the math you did in your primary school. So to mine crypto, or to get a cryptocurrency coin is created through mining. Mining is when a computer solves a very complicated math equation. With every math equation that is solved, the problem gets harder. It's sort of like how when you were in your primary, you did math but that math is not the same math that you did in your A levels or your HSC. With every higher level you got to, the math problem got harder. That's the same analogy with mining cryptocurrency. With every Bitcoin created, the next math equation is harder, more complicated, and more complex. Now, with every chance that the math problem is getting harder, that means more money. The machines that need to solve that problem need to be more advanced, more sophisticated. Now, that also means the more the machine is advanced and sophisticated, the more electricity used by that machine to cool down and to also mine. In fact, it has been noted by almost all the players in the digital currency economy, including Elon Musk, who at one point in time was acknowledging that anyone can purchase his Tesla cars using Bitcoin. But at some point then he reversed because of the impact of how much electricity cryptocurrency like Bitcoin were using in its mining and creation. It is noted that according to papers that are there whose sole responsibility is to watch how much electricity is consumed by Bitcoin miners, it is noted that mining cryptocurrency alone, for one Bitcoin, you would probably need around electric consumption of a house in America. The house that would use the electricity for 57 days, you would use that electricity just to mine one coin. In fact, while others say that mining Bitcoin takes up electricity that is used by an entire country like Argentina. So now put that into consideration. Does it make financial sense? If you need in this Uganda all that electricity, how are you going to explain to Meme, let alone how are you going to set up and financially afford that whole franchise? Anyway, the other issue that you have to have in mind is that miners, like I say, do not work alone in isolation. There's a whole community, and each and every one in that community is there with the sole responsibility of ensuring that whatever information is updated in this ledger is accurate, and we all share that information. So the ledgers that are kept, that have the history of all these Bitcoins, are accurate. So with that said, it's almost if any coin stands out, any transaction stands out and it's suspicious, it will not be allowed into the cryptocurrency ledger. So that in itself, it's also a security measure to make sure that people do not mine crypto for themselves for their own personal benefit. So now you're probably wondering, is mining only limited to specific individuals? So first of all, mining crypto is not something that is rocket science. As long as you can afford to buy the equipment, the very advanced machines that can handle mining, you can also do it. I mean, there are 12-year-olds and 9-year-olds that have been mining crypto. So you can do it. You just need to have the equipment and also attend the free courses, not free, there are courses online. I think if you use Skillshare and Coursera, there should be courses. If you've undergone a course and you highly recommend it for anyone who would like to invest and learn how to trade in cryptocurrency, please leave a comment so that maybe some of us in the comment section can benefit from learning crypto online. How miners are paid is that they rush to solve each cryptocurrency problem. Every time they solve a cryptocurrency problem, they are awarded a coin. That's how the whole cryptocurrency mining ecosystem works for miners. That is how they're incentivized, that is how they're paid. You can then go to a cryptocurrency exchange market, which sort of works like the stock market, and you can exchange those coins for real cash, which you can then come and use out in the real world. There's some businesses, not necessarily in Uganda, but there's some countries and businesses that now accept crypto, and you can actually go to a store. For instance, I can go to Mama Mzanganda's shop and I want to buy rice, and I can get into my phone, transfer 5 Bitcoins to Mama Mzanganda's cryptocurrency wallet, and Mama Mzanganda will accept the currency and then give me the kilo of rice. That's how cryptocurrency would work. So now let's go to the most important question that you have at this point in time. You're probably wondering, how does cryptocurrency earn its monetary value? The monetary value is what allows you to go to a store and open your phone, make the transfer of, say, if Joanne, transfer 5 Bitcoins from my account to Mama Mzanganda's account so that I can get a kilo of rice from her. That is what we call monetary value. Now, I want you to have this in mind. Monetary value is something that is just a perception. See, when the Bank of Uganda released the 50k note, we were told, we had the perception, and we trusted. So what happened is the Bank of Uganda told us this 50k note, it's new, but it has a value of 50,000 shillings. So we trusted it. We trusted what the Bank of Uganda said, and anyone that we gave the 50k note also trusted and believed and acknowledged to take it. That sort of system policy works in cryptocurrency. The only difference is the drafters, the makers, the visionaries of cryptocurrency did not want to have government intervention in the transaction. So what they're trying to do is to create a currency that has value without seeking or having the government's involvement in that. So how have they tried to do that? Look at the publication in the media. So if you can't see, usually when institutions jump in and say, okay, we're accepting cryptocurrency like Bitcoin as a form of legal tender, it also contributes to it getting monetary value. So if someone, let's say like Cafe Javas, made an announcement and said, hey people, we're now accepting that you can make a transaction on our platform where you can buy food and you can pay us in Bitcoin, automatically in Uganda, you'd be excited and want to go and buy Bitcoin. The same policy is happening all over the world. With for instance, when Elon Musk said that anyone can buy a Tesla using Bitcoin, now still it can also be a good thing or a bad thing. When he sent out a tweet saying that they can no longer accept cryptocurrency, i.e. Bitcoin, because of its electric consumption, as you can see, the market value of Bitcoin went down. So the whole media coverage of the news, it's the one that creates trust, the perception of trust, and contributes to the legitimacy of cryptocurrency. Also, the supply and demand, how people, when people buy the currency, let's say like at the beginning of cryptocurrency, the way cryptocurrency gained its momentum is some individual went on a platform and said, I would like to buy a pizza for this price, and someone willingly acknowledged and said, hey, I will bring for your pizza if you can pay me in Bitcoin. That is how it gets, currency. Now, at that point in time, cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, was at a very low price. Now, if you fast forward at the point in time when Elon Musk tweeted that Tesla was accepting payment in Bitcoin, the price was high. So those up and down movements on the stock exchange market also contribute to giving cryptocurrency value. So the perception, it's just generally really a perception thing. You have been watching the Ask Me About the Law YouTube channel, where we have free and honest conversations on law, technology, trade, finance in Uganda. My name is Nagarev Joanne. If you enjoyed watching this YouTube's video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, leave a comment in the comment section. Any questions, feedback, suggestion, please leave them in the comment section below. We release new content every week, so if you subscribe, hit the notification bell, you will never miss any of the videos we upload. Until next week's video, I remain yours truly, Nagarev Joanne.